Well, I'm sure everyone will be looking forward to next week with the European qualifiers, the start of the qualifiers in the Global Trophy, but we still have a little bit to go before that. It is the Americas Preliminary League here at the 2023 Global Trophy. I am Masterath and I'm joined alongside
Sam Elliott 64, and yes, if this week's as exciting as last week's kind of finale with the dud team changing hands at the last second and the champion of the preliminary league changing hands at the last second, we're going to be in for a treat in the Americas section. Of course, these teams are mostly based in Central America, a lot of the Caribbean islands and the like. Probably aren't the most prestigious names you get to see in the Global Trophy, but nonetheless you get a lot of fun results in the Americas qualifiers, preliminary qualifiers.
We certainly do. So let's begin, shall we, with our dud team, Aruba.
I don't know anything about Aruba. Do you know anything about Aruba?
It has 5 letters in its name.
It does. 2 of them are the same ones.
I know. In fact, if you was to just turn it round, it would be Abura.
Exactly. It's true.
There you go. Next up is Cayman Islands.
Yeah, the Cayman Islands in and around. Wasn't there a conspiracy regarding the Cayman Islands?
That's Faroe Islands.
Was it Faroe Islands? And the Solomon Islands. Or maybe it's all the islands. Ooh.
Might just be all the islands, who knows? But Cayman Islands did, they did pretty decently in the last one. I think were they the dud last time round? I think they might have been.
They might. It seems like it should have been them. It feels like it should be them.
But it seemed like they were on a really good run to get back into contention. And I think they barely missed out last time round on automatic qualification.
I think you might be right.
Yeah. Next up, it is Dominica.
Yep, their neighbours, the Dominican Republic, are also in this, but we won't draw them out until a little bit later on.
Yep, Dominican Republic slightly higher ranked on this one. Next up, Montserrat.
One of the Central American teams, which are actually in the mainland, I think, aren't they, Montserrat?
Yes. Yeah, they've got like a volcano right outside their main city, which is Plymouth.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. What a weird place to build a city.
Yeah.
Your capital city.
Yeah, I know. Strange.
Very strange. Next up, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
They always tend to do quite well, don't they, St. Vincent, in these preliminary leagues? They tend to qualify, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last couple of times they've done qualification, they've been right up into the top 3, top 4, I think, very recently.
Yep.
Next up, Belize.
Pretty sure Belize have formally qualified for the finals, haven't they?
I think they have, yeah. It's
since being on Europe, since being in YouTube, sorry.
Yeah. It certainly seems like they have done it at least once when it comes to that. Next up, it's Grenada.
Yeah, or Granada, as you've put it down on the sheet. It's like an old Ford.
Oh yeah, I'll put it down as Granada instead of Grenada. Yeah, that's just because of that conversation we had a couple of years ago, which Roscoe Whitey very, very nicely cleared up about how it's pronounced.
Yeah, it's Grenada, like you're throwing a grenade.
Yeah.
Or that's a grenadier, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, that'd be a grenadier. Yeah.
Close enough.
Close enough. Next up, St. Lucia.
Yes, one of the Caribbean islands. I can't remember what the capital of St. Lucia is. It's escaping me.
Lucia City.
I don't think it's Lucia City.
Should we just go with that for now?
Sure.
Yeah. But also, look at this crap typo on this game.
Yeah, they're Street Lucia.
You're Street Lucia, not Saint Lucia. Love that. Next up, it is Guyana.
Which Guyana is it? French? Dutch?
Guyana.
English?
Just Guyana.
Sure, Guyana.
I don't think it's French Guyana.
Okay.
Next up, it's Puerto Rico.
The unofficial 51st state, I believe Puerto Rico is known as a lot of the time.
Yeah,
I think they have got a lot of funding from the US, certainly.
Yeah. I mean, well, wouldn't that be the equivalent of essentially the Falkland Islands being a county of England?
Yeah, or like what's the word I'm after? Which country is it? Gibraltar. That's the one. Yeah, similar kind of thing, I think.
Or Monaco being a territory of France sort of works, and sort of.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Next up, it is Bermuda.
Big fan of triangles over there, is what I've heard.
But in the Global Trophy, Bermuda, they had a pretty decent run last time round, if I remember correctly. I think they might have qualified.
Did they make it through the preliminaries? I think that sounds vaguely right, doesn't it?
Next up, it is Cuba.
Not so much a fan of triangles, more a fan of missiles.
And cigars.
Of course.
And beards.
Yes.
Next up, Dominican Republic.
Share an island with Haiti, would you believe? The Dominican Republic, I think.
Yep, and, well, Haiti actually have qualified already, so, you know, Dominican Republic very much the little brother to Haiti's big brother.
Yep, of course, they have a long-standing rivalry with Dominica, so let's see how they deal with that rivalry as we get to the matches.
Yep. And next up it is Nicaragua.
Yes, another one of the Spanish-speaking island nations down in Central America. I think are they a nation, Nicaragua? That sounds like they should be.
Yeah, so they should be on that one. Next up, they did automatically qualify last time round. Didn't have to do the preliminary league, but they've slipped this year. They're back in it. It's St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yeah, St. Kitts and Nevis previously, I think, have also almost qualified for the finals. So watch out for them in this qualification round. They tend to be quite good at this.
Yep. And last, but certainly not least, it's the government coup bloke who...
yes.
Big chonker running it. It's Suriname.
Yes, I can't remember the guy's name. Let me find him. Or because he was the footballer. Do you remember there was that image of that massive, like, there's a big bloke playing football in Suriname?
Yeah.
And basically it was, I think he's the vice president. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. I'll do that while you're setting up.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, Ronnie Brunswijk.
That's the guy.
He's Dutch, or he's of Dutch descent, and he's a bit of a shithouse, apparently.
Well, surely his size, he'd be a shit barn, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's a former president of This is what his Wikipedia article says about him, right? Ronnie Brunswijk is a Surinamese politician, businessman, footballer, convicted drug trafficker, former rebel leader, and the current vice president of Suriname. He served in the early 1980s as the personal bodyguard of Desi Bouterse. I'm not going to try to say that's the right pronunciation. Who overthrew the government in 1980 with a military coup. So there you go. He's a bit of a character, is Ronnie Brunswijk of Suriname. But let's get back onto the football. Let's keep politics out of football. That's what everyone keeps saying these days, right?
Yeah. So let's do that. Sure, makes you feel slightly dirty. Well, we kick off with our dud team. So yeah, Belize going to be kicking off with 3 points right off the bat.
It's Aruba, yes, of course. Our dud team for the next 15 matches will be them. Belize will be quite happy to get... Oh, these are quality badges, aren't they? Look at that.
I think Aruba's is quite nice, to be honest.
Yeah, I like the... It's kind of Bahamas-esque with the blue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially
nice.
with that sort of colour of blue.
Yeah, sort of pale blue. It's nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Obviously, this is our final preliminary league. I wonder how many refs we're going to see today. I hope we get to see Vinnie Jones one more time.
Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Or, I mean, the less we see of RJ Fernandez, the better. To be honest.
Let's hope he's still stuck in Africa, eh?
With the big, dealing with the big R situation. Our first proper match of the final pre-qualifiers America section is the Cayman Islands versus Bermuda.
It's a draw between the two. It's 2-2 though, so we have a decent match to watch probably.
Desmond there, and next up is Cuba versus Dominica.
Yep, so sort of going down the list right now, just when it comes to the alphabet, really. It's another draw between the two.
So we had no draws last week, and this week we're having all of the draws.
Yep, so far, apart from the dud team, all the matches have been draws so far. Dominican Republic now will take on Grenada.
I'd say probably the favourites here are maybe Grenada?
It is 3-0. Grenada breaks the draw deadlock and ties with Belize at the top.
Good result there for Grenada. Guyana take on Montserrat for their first fixture.
Well, 4-0. That's Guyana up to the top. Montserrat doing as well as they usually do.
They are currently below the dud team as well. That's not great. Well, so are Dominican Republic. Look at that.
Yep. Puerto Rico now will take on St. Lucia.
Yep.
Sorry, Street Lucia. Sorry.
So Street Lucia. I think probably the favourites here are Puerto Rico.
It's another draw between the two. It's a lot of 2-2 draws here.
Yep, 2-2 draws so far.
Too many 2-2 draws.
Too many 2-2 draws. St. Vincent and the Grenadines take on Nicaragua for their first match.
It's a 0-0 draw.
More draw between those two. So there's only been 2 actual wins in this first round of fixtures, which are finished off by St. Kitts and Nevis and Suriname.
Yep, St. Kitts and Nevis versus Brunswick. St. Kitts and Nevis get the win. Not a good start for Suriname. Brunswick must have been playing.
He must have been playing that day. It must have been.
That shit
Bermuda.
barn.
Yeah, Bermuda are going to get 3 points as they take on the dud team of Aruba for the first match of fixture number 2.
Yep, putting them into first place for now with 4 points, but obviously that can change very dramatically. It's only fixture 2.
Of course. Oh, it is a nice badge. I tell you what, these Central American badges are all very nice, I find.
They are. They do have some, because it's ones you sort of more than likely haven't seen before, or you haven't seen often. So it's very enlightening, you know, when you see them. It's quite nice.
Yeah, exactly. The flags of these countries are all very decorative. Obviously very small nations, so they have to kind of stand out a little bit, I think.
Yeah, well, it's nice and vibrant.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed. A lot better than Libya. Actually, no, Libya's old flag was great.
It's big green.
It was great. It was great.
I wonder if we're going to have a team beat that 19-0 this year. Obviously, I think the record is it 16 or 18 so far?
16 so far. I think 16-0 is the best we've gotten so far.
I wonder if anyone can break that record in this final preliminary section. Who knows?
Never know. Belize now will take on the Cayman Islands. Both teams, well, Belize kicking off with a win against the dud team. Cayman Islands got a draw in their battle.
Yeah, a 2-2 draw for them first things off.
It is a win for Cayman Islands. They move to second.
Yep, on goal difference, sit behind Bermuda. Next up is Cuba versus the Dominican Republic.
Yep, but Cuba got a draw, 1-1 in their first match, while Dominican Republic currently in 14th right now.
Yeah, 3-0 loss in their first game. Let's see if they can bounce back here against Cuba.
The answer's no. Cuba with the win, 3-0, and move into second.
Yeah, another 3-0 loss for Dominican Republic puts them below the dud team after 2 fixtures.
Not good when it comes to that. Dominica, having a bit of a better run. They've got Grenada, who won their first match.
Yep, against Dominican Republic, I think. So can they get the double over the 2 demonic teams, if you like?
The Demonics. No, they can't. Dominica get the win and move to 4th.
Good result for Dominica there. And Puerto Rico will take on Guyana next up. Puerto Rico drawing their first game 2-2. Guyana with a 4-0 win early on.
It is 2-0 and Guyana move 2 clear.
2 wins out of 2 and 6 goals scored for Guyana. Good result for them.
Street Lucia now versus Montserrat.
Montserrat with a defeat first of all. Street Lucia with a 2-2 draw.
5-0 for Street Lucia. Montserrat doing about as well as we expected them.
Bottom of the table, and the 2 Saints take each other on. Kitts versus Vincent. Who wins this one?
Yep, St. Kitts and Nevis got a 1-0 win to kick off their campaign. St. Vincent draw with Nicaragua to kick off their campaign. It's a win for St. Vincent. 3-2.
Up to 7th place, and so far going through, our final second round fixture is Nicaragua taking on Suriname.
Win for Suriname, 3-1, and they move up to 10th.
Ronnie Brunswick, who's been absolutely buzzing with that one. Cayman Islands taking on the dud team Aruba for the first match of fixture number 3.
Yep, Cayman Islands going to go top again for the moment with 7 points so far. So good start for Cayman Islands right now.
Yeah, they'll be happy with that. So far they're going through as things stand. Of course, it's a long, long way to go. Sorry, is his name Doofus?
D. Doofus, yeah.
The Doofus. It's like the Dunsparce.
Dunsparce. Dunsparce. Oh, I wonder if he's like... Because what's Dunsparce supposed to be based off of? Isn't it supposed to be like a sand snake or something?
Yeah, like a little rattlesnake sort of thing, right?
I was wondering, imagine if it was a shark, so you could just go, dun, sparse. Dun, sparse.
Maybe.
Dun, sparse, dun, sparse, dun, sparse. Yeah, they could have made him a shark.
Could have made him a shark. Well, I suppose it's then too close to Garchomp, though, isn't it?
That's true. Anyway, sorry.
Nobody has ever compared fucking Garchomp to Dunsparce in their lives.
We have now. The only time they might have done is they both exist.
They're both Pokemon.
Yeah, they're both Pokemon. That might be the only time. Anyway, sorry, no more nerdy Pokemon. Football, yeah, stuff. Bermuda will take on Belize next.
Belize in 9th. Bermuda, so far, a win and a draw. Belize, a win and a loss.
Yep, 1 point separating the two here. There's still 1 point separating the two. A draw between the two teams.
It should be noted that Belize's win, of course, came over the Dud team.
Yep, so haven't won one in competition that's not the Dud yet. But in 6th place so far is Belize. Bermuda up into 3rd at the moment.
That could change, though. Cuba could go top of the league with the win here as they take on Grenada, who are down in 9th place.
It is another draw between the two. A lot of draws in this.
Yeah, I think there's probably been more draws in this already than there was in the entirety of the African section.
Probably close enough when it comes to that. Oh, here's the crunch match now.
Dominica versus Dominican Republic. Dominica in 8th. Dominican Republic a bit further down the table, down in 14th currently.
It's a win for Dominica. Dominican Republic still below Aruba.
But not below Montserrat, so that's a positive for them, surely.
That is at the moment. Guyana now will take on St. Lucia.
No, you mean Street Lucia.
Street Lucia, yeah. It's a win for St. Lucia. They're up into 1st place.
Take the lead, yes, on level games with the rest of them as well. The only team that could probably overtake them is a massive win for St. Vincent. Before that, though, Montserrat take on Puerto Rico.
2-1. Montserrat actually got a goal.
But they're still below Aruba and Dominican Republic.
Yeah, they still lost the game, but they got a goal. Congratulations to them. Puerto Rico, 10th place for the moment.
Yep, so far, so good. I think that's pretty good for Puerto Rico. Suriname in 11th, St. Vincent 9th. A big Surinamese win puts them top of the table. Sorry, a big St. Vincent win, sorry.
Yep, we'll put them at the top. It is a win for St. Vincent. This is a shock for Suriname because Suriname did well, very well, the last time it was the preliminary league. And they barely missed out to Barbados for the title, I think, that time round. So them in 11th right now is not looking good.
Not at all. Not at all. St. Kitts and Nevis take on Nicaragua for the final fixture of game week 3.
So Kitts and Nevis currently in 12th, Nicaragua 13th, so both teams could really do with something here. And they get a draw out of it.
Not that, I don't think, is the answer.
No, it does put St. Kitts and Nevis right in the pack, though.
It does. Cuba will take on Aruba for their Dud team fixture, and they will go top briefly.
Yep, so Cuba, 2 wins, 2 draws so far. It's been quite a good run for Cuba, who I believe usually get around the Dud spot, don't they?
I believe so, yes. I think they tend to do okay, but they don't actually, yeah, they don't get to participate normally.
Yeah, but this time round, unbeaten so far in 4, so really good start from Cuba.
Yeah, very good stuff from Cuba. I think they'll be happy with their performance so far. I think that the thing is, with teams like Barbados, qualifying for the Americas section, and Antigua and Guatemala and Trinidad being higher on the FIFA rankings, I think it's kind of given an overall weaker Americas section preliminary league, and I feel like teams that are doing generally better than they would do normally, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Plus also, it could be that these teams are so close to each other. There's a lot of changing, a lot of jostling, and, well, Dominican Belize, we could very well see that here. There's currently 3 points between them, and they take on each other next.
Belize win, or a big Dominican win, well, a Dominican win regardless would put them top. A big Belize win would put them top as well.
2-0 Dominica. Dominica top now.
By 2 points, yes. Great start for them. 3 wins and a draw. Brilliant start from Dominica. Dominican Republic, can they start their campaign? Well, basically start their campaign as they take on Bermuda, who are unbeaten so far in 3.
It is a draw between the two. Bermuda with another draw to their name.
I think Dominican Republic will probably take that, considering how poorly they've started.
Yep, they're no longer ever going to be below the Dud team now, so fair play to them, I guess.
Yep.
Cayman Islands now will take on Grenada.
Cayman Islands in 4th place. A win will take them back to the top. Well, a win by more than 2 will take them back to the top. Grenada, the same can be said of them. A win for them will lift them, well, yeah, it won't.
Yeah, they stay in that 8th spot. Cayman Islands, not big enough of a win, but they will go 2nd for now.
Indeed. Can St. Vincent and the Grenadines or Guyana overtake them. Both teams, well, Guyana can't. A win for them will put them third. A win for St. Vincent could put them above Cayman Islands.
Yep, with a big win. No, Guyana get the win over St. Vincent.
Good result for Guyana that lifts them up into third place for now with 1 defeat.
Nicaragua, currently in 13th place, will take on Montserrat in 15th. Neither team with a win so far.
A win for Nicaragua could put Montserrat below the dud again, but it has to be more than 2 goals.
It is 2 goals. Not enough, though. Montserrat have got a goal.
They have indeed. They are above Aruba on goals for only. It's not great, really, is it?
For now. St. Kitts versus Puerto Rico, 11th versus 12th.
In the penultimate match of game week 4.
And it's a win for St. Kitts and Nevis, 2-0, and all the Saints are all together.
Indeed, St. Kitts move up to 6th place. Street Lucia now taking on Suriname. St. Lucia win could take them to the top of the leaderboard.
Certainly could. It's a win for Suriname.
Suriname into 9th place, 2 wins and 2 defeats for them. Dominica, the leaders, after game week 4, will now take on Aruba, the dud team.
Yep, and you notice all the Saints have got they've all got 7 points.
Yeah, and they've all got the same record, and they're all next to each other in the table. It's good stuff, isn't it? You love to see that.
Always the way it is when it comes to the Saints. They're so closely packed, closely connected on that one.
Yep, Dominica will be top of the league after this game. Well, I think they might be, depending on how much, obviously, teams below them win by.
Dominica's flag's quite nice to look at, isn't it?
It's got a nice little bird in there. It's nice.
I think it's like the green, yellow, black, and white. You know, I think it works quite well.
Yeah, that's like Blip's Flipper from BattleBots.
Yeah. Yeah, quite nice.
Yes.
Lovely drink.
Delicious.
Lovely, delicious. Okay. So, we're nearly... In fact, we're on the fixture, which will put us a third of the way through this. Belize battle Cuba next.
Belize down in 12th place, only 1 win so far. That was against the dud team. Cuba, 2-2. A win for them will lift them into 2nd place.
It's a draw between the two. Cuba keeping their unbeaten run going for the moment.
Yes, but 3 draws out of 5 isn't great. It's not bad, but it's not great for them. Bermuda have the same problem. They've only got 1 win and 3 draws. They take on Grenada, who are down in 12th place currently.
It's a win for Grenada. They move up into 6th.
Yep, that's Bermuda's first defeat of the competition. They move down to 9th place.
Yep, Cayman Islands could go back to the top with a big win here over the Dominican Republic, who really hasn't done great so far.
Nope, only 1 draw to their name and 3 defeats. 3 heavy defeats as well.
It's another draw!
I think Cayman Islands will absolutely be disgusted by that. Dominican Republic will love that.
Yep, it does mean that essentially Guyana has a chance now to leapfrog Cayman Islands into 2nd place.
Yeah, but Dominica will lead after the game week, so good for them. Dominica will be top of the league after this whole fixture has expired.
It's another draw. Cayman Islands hold on to 2nd for now.
2-point lead for Dominica over the Cayman Islands. Montserrat down at the bottom, taking on St. Vincent and the Grenadines in 8th.
Yep, big win expected for St. Vincent. It is 5-0 up into 4th. Go St. Vincent.
Great result for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and they move above Cuba. Suriname take on Puerto Rico. Suriname in 10th, Puerto Rico lower down than that, down in 13th place so far.
Yep, not looking good for Puerto Rico there. It's a win for Suriname. They're up into 6th.
For a sluggish start, Suriname have started to get going. Now, St. Kitts take on Street Lucia. Both on 7 currently. A win for either of them takes them on to 10 points, along with St. Vincent and Guyana.
It's a win for St. Kitts and Nevis. They're up into 5th.
It does mean that they go above Cuba and Suriname. St. Lucia down in 8th place now.
Fixture 6 begins with Dominican Republic finally getting more points on the board.
Yeah, off the mark against the dud team, St. Lucia.
Against
Aruba, sorry. Dominican Republic's flag is wild as well, isn't it? Look at that.
Yeah.
It's very similar to Panama's.
It's doofus again.
There's the doofus.
Doofus. So do you do that to the Jaws theme, or do you do that like the theme of the Pink Panther?
I was going to say, I think Pink Panther's more appropriate, personally.
Do first.
Do first,
the referee.
Do.
He gave a 3-0 win.
Do first, do first.
Do first. Yeah. Mixtape coming soon. Mixtape from us coming soon.
Yeah, trust me. We're gonna have Christmas number 1 this year instead of Lad Baby. Jesus Christ.
Please.
How have Lad Baby got 5 Christmas number 1s, by the way? How is that even possible?
Because charity. That's why.
They don't even give the money to charity.
Hey, Tories. Right. Grenada. They'll battle Belize in the second match of fixture number 6.
Yep. So far, so good. I'd say for Grenada, they're kind of in and around that position where they need to be to kind of be competitive. Belize, only win they've had so far was against the Dud.
Yeah, it's not been great for Belize so far. It's still bad. It's another draw for Belize.
Not a great point either for Grenada. They probably should have won that one.
Yep. Cuba currently in 6th place, taking on Bermuda, who are currently in 10th.
A Cuban win could lift them as high as first if it's a big win.
It's another draw for Cuba and Bermuda. Both teams have drawn 4.
Cuba still undefeated. They're down in 5th place.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely. Big top of the table clash here. Dominica first versus Cayman Islands in 2nd.
A win for Dominica would really put some daylight between themselves and the rest of the pack.
It's another draw.
More draw. Honestly, there actually have been more draws in this now than the Africa section. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, they certainly have on that one. Guyana versus St. Kitts and Nevis. Will we see a winner in one of these, potentially?
The win won't lift them to the top of the table, but could put them second. Same goes for St. Kitts.
It's a win for St. Kitts and Nevis. They're up into 2nd place.
Good result for St. Kitts there. They're moving to 2nd behind Dominica.
Suriname currently in 7th place. They take on the proverbial punching bag, Montserrat.
A win for Suriname would lift them into 3rd place here.
Yep, all the way from like 12th place. It's a good run for Suriname. They're into 3rd.
Good result for Suriname. Montserrat looking pretty abysmal, aren't they, down at the bottom? In fact, they're now below the Dud team again. Look at that.
You love to see it, don't you, from Montserrat?
Yep. Puerto Rico.
Yep, Puerto Rico in 14th so far, taking on St. Vincent in 5th.
Puerto Rico actually have got a win to their name as they take on St. Vincent. A win for St. Vincent, again, lifts them into that top 3.
It's a draw!
Shock.
Another one. DJ Bugheads here again. Nicaragua versus St. Lucia.
St. Lucia in 9th currently. A win for them would lift them into 6th place with a big win. A win for Nicaragua lifts them into 8th place.
Yeah, it'd be nice for Nicaragua to get a win here. They don't, though. St. Lucia hang on to 8th.
Yep, tied on points with Guyana and Cuba on 10.
Yeah, but that could be our top 8. It could very well be our top 8 after another 9 fixtures.
Grenada now about to pick up 3 points against our Dud team, Aruba, for the start of the 7th fixture. Almost halfway through now.
Yep, that's very important for Grenada as well to get that point.
Yeah, it will lift them above those 3 teams on 10 points into 6th place, I think it will, for the time being.
So they essentially got three spaces. So any mess ups from any of those teams on 10, and Grenada's right in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could be very, very good for Grenada if 1, 2, or if even 3 of them, if all 3 of them mess up. Yeah, but 9 casualties.
9. Well, so far, so good. I'd say for Dominica at the top. I'd say St. Kitts and Nevis looking pretty good. Suriname and Cayman Islands as well. But it's so close. Look, there's only 2 points separating 3rd down to 9th.
Yeah, definitely. And Belize could certainly put themselves right in there. They've got Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic, of course, got their first win of the campaign, defeating the Dud team. Belize have only won 1 game, also against the Dud team.
Belize get the win. They move 1 spot.
Yep, on to 9 points. Only 1 point behind those teams just above them.
Yep. Dominica, a win here keeps them top for another fixture. They've got Bermuda, who are currently 1 win, 1 loss, 4 draws.
It's on a draw.
It's a win for Bermuda!
Wow. First defeat of the campaign for Dominica.
Yeah, and Bermuda state that they're in 10th. They're right in contention now.
They are indeed. Cuba and Cayman Islands, the two last undefeated teams so far.
Yep.
Cayman Islands, 3 wins, 3 draws. Cuba, 2 wins, 4 draws out of 6.
Could they both stay undefeated potentially? Nope, Cuba win over the Cayman Islands and move to 2nd place.
Result for Cuba that they move right up the leaderboard.
Suriname could go top here with a win over Guyana.
Guyana, with a win for them, could move themselves up into 2nd place if it's a big win.
Yeah, if it's a big win. It's a win for Suriname, they go top. Who'd have thought that about 4 fixtures ago?
No one at all. St. Kitts and Nevis could go top as well now if they beat Montserrat.
They probably will. They do. 6-1. St. Kitts and Nevis up to the top by 1 point.
Brilliant stuff there. Nicaragua take on Puerto Rico in a bottom of the table clash. Nicaragua down in 12th, Puerto Rico below them.
Big win for Nicaragua, puts them up into 11th. Nope, it's another draw.
Yeah, it is another draw. St. Vincent and the Grenadines taking on Street Lucia.
Yep,
St. Lucia really need a win here, don't they, really?
Yep, only 1 point difference between the two. It's a win for St. Vincent, they're up into 4th.
Good result for them. And Guyana now getting a critical 3 points, which will lift them up to 5th. No, sorry, up to 6th with the win over the Dud team Aruba.
Yep, it's we're getting to the very important sections now, where those 3 points could very well be the catalyst for you either going through or going out.
This is the halfway fixture number 8. And so far it's very close. There's no one really running away at the top. There's no one really, bearing down on anyone behind. It's all just very close. I think there's only like 5 points separating 1st down to 10th. It's crazy close.
It is incredibly close. Obviously, then there's a giant chasm between everyone else and Montserrat, of course.
I think everyone's going to get 3 points against Montserrat, aren't they? Apart from the poor old Dud team. Maybe Montserrat should be the Dud team.
Well, they are actually quite close to potentially being a dud in the FIFA rankings if Dominican and Cayman Islands can pull their fingers out.
Yep, very true.
Speaking of Montserrat,
taking on Belize.
It's Belize. It's 4-0. Belize up to 7th. Montserrat still below the dud. On fixture 8, by the way.
It's terrible. Until they play Aruba, I think they're going to be below them. That's embarrassing, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Puerto Rico, 13th so far versus Bermuda, currently in 10th.
Big win for Bermuda. Could lift them as high as 5th here.
It's another draw, of course. It's Bermuda. What do you expect?
Sorry. How could I forget? Bermuda now have 5 draws in 8 games.
Absolutely nuts when it comes to that with the amount of draws. Cayman Islands, down in 8th place.
When did that happen?
When did that happen? They got St. Lucia, who are currently in 11th place.
How did that happen?
What the hell? And St. Lucia win? So Cayman Islands is now out of the contention spot.
Going on? There's 5 points separating 1st to 11th. What's going on?
Absolutely nuts. Cuba could go... Essentially, both these teams could go top with a win here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who wins this one. If either of them win, they go top.
It is Cuba 3-1. They go top of the table now. They want to make sure they won't be the dud this time. They want to make sure of it.
So far unbeaten after 8 games as well. Nicaragua versus Dominica. Dominica slipped down to 4th after leading for so long.
How did that happen?
Literally.
Yeah, Nicaragua in 12th. Really do need to get a win here to try and keep the contention going. They don't. Dominica get the win and go back to the top.
They do indeed. So Kitts and Nevis could leapfrog them and Cuba with a win over Dominican Republic, who are way down the order.
It's a draw.
But they do go top, St. Kitts.
Yep, on goals scored. That one goal, that was enough to give them the top for now. But Suriname could leapfrog all 3 of them and go top.
With a win over Grenada. Grenada win, meanwhile, would lift them from 10th up to 6th. Potentially above St. Vincent if it's a big win.
It's a win for Suriname. They go top for now.
And here it is. Montserrat versus Aruba. Aruba will be rooted to the bottom of the table from that one.
Such a shame.
I know, they were doing so well. They were above Montserrat for so long.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, fixture 8. Yeah, the 9th fixture.
I know. Halfway through, they were below them still, Montserrat. That's pretty poor, isn't it?
That is poor from Montserrat. That is poor.
I reckon we give Montserrat to Argentina for a match. What do you reckon? Just as an exhibition. See what happens.
No, I've already thought that. I've already thought of like the some of the biggest teams, and then like putting in like Macau and Guam.
San Marino.
Yeah, and San Marino and you know, and a Montserrat and stuff like that. I've thought about that. I think I did it a couple of times before, and I still didn't get a 20-0.
Unbelievable.
It's got to be there somewhere, though.
Oh, sure. Belize in 8th somehow, against Guyana in 6th.
Win for Belize, they go to 5th.
Result for Belize there, moving up the table into 5th place. Bermuda versus St. Lucia. St. Lucia in 8th, Bermuda are 10th. A win for either of them lifts them into the top 8.
Bermuda actually decide to win something. All right.
I was expecting a 0-0 draw, to be honest with you.
So was I. So was I. Cayman Islands, 10th place.
But a win could lift them as high as 5th with a heavy win. Puerto Rico down towards the bottom of the table.
It is a win for Cayman Islands. They moved to 6th place. That's better.
Just below Belize, yes. As next up, Nicaragua down in 12th place. Cuba still yet to be defeated in 4th. A win for them will put them top.
Yep, 4 wins, 4 draws. It is another win for Cuba. They go top for now.
They do indeed. A top of the table clash coming up though. Dominica in 4th. I don't know, it's not even a top of the table clash. St. Vincent down in 8th now.
How did that happen?
Literally, how did that happen?
St. Vincent win and move to 4th.
What's going... Suriname have the opportunity to go 2 points clear at the top of the table as they take on a lowly Dominican Republic.
It's probably going to be a draw. No, never mind.
What's going on?
Dominican Republic win and move to 12th.
What is going on? St. Kitts can go top.
Please.
Grenada down in 11. If a Grenada win happens here, this is so close.
It's a draw.
What's going on?
7 points between 1st and 11th.
This is unbelievably close as we move into the 10th fixture.
Puerto Rico. Oh, Puerto Rico's on 10, okay, so...
That's fine.
I thought if Puerto Rico was on 9, it moves them up to 12 points.
It's going to absolutely pop off. Puerto Rico take on Aruba.
Yep, this is
definitely the closest out of all of the preliminary leagues so far. Like, the most competitive across the league. Apart from, obviously, like, the really, really terrible teams at the bottom.
The Masterath.
Yeah, apart from Montserrat, you know, Dominican Republic, probably Puerto Rico as well.
Well, no, Dominican Republic's now in with a chance. That's the thing.
You're right. I take it back.
They beat Suriname. Can we be seeing a fight back of Dominican Republic?
I mean, it's not out of question now, I suppose, is it?
There's a chance at it. Belize take on St. Lucia now.
Belize. I mean, either of them win, really, and it's looking pretty good, isn't it?
It's multiple positions hopping. It's a win for St. Lucia. They're up to 6th place.
From 10th up to 6th. Good result for St. Lucia. Belize down to 7th. Guyana in 10th versus Bermuda in 9th. So a win for either of them lifts them into the top 8.
Yep, big battle between these two. It's another win for Bermuda.
Up into 5th place. Good result for Bermuda there. They take on whoever they take on in the next fixture. Cayman Islands. Down in 9th place, a win for them could lift them as high as 2nd with a big win over Montserrat here.
Which could very well happen. It's only 2 though. Cayman Islands up to 4th.
From 10th to 4th. Unbelievable. This is madness. St. Kitts now can go top of the table, but only if they beat the current leaders, Cuba.
Yep, a draw could leave Suriname wide open to go top here. It's a win for St. Kitts and Nevis. They go to 21.
And Cuba are have their first defeat of the campaign in fixture 10.
Yep, and Suriname will take on Dominica now, who are now down in 7th.
How has this happened? A win for Suriname here, and they go back to the top of the table. A win for Dominica puts them 2nd.
It's a win for Suriname. Dominica are 7th now, and could even they can't go less in this, but still that's still quite bad. Dominica were top at one point, down to 7th now.
Yep, St. Vincent and the Grenadines on 17 points. A win for them lifts them as high as 3rd. The Dominican Republic have slipped down the order. down to 13th place. A win for them, though, would lift them above... Well, no, probably wouldn't lift them above Grenada, will it?
Above Puerto Rico, definitely, though. It's a win for St. Vincent, 4-2. They go to third.
Result there for St. Vincent, Nicaragua versus Grenada. A Grenada win here puts the cat amongst the pigeons, doesn't it? It puts them into contention for sure.
Certainly does. It's a draw.
Shock.
Shock horror. 8 points between 1st and 11th.
Unbelievable.
Fixture 11. St. Lucia are going to move to 5th.
And very critical 3 points here for St. Lucia. That's fantastic stuff for them. Oh, boy.
They're a fact. They like the triangles.
They do like the triangles. It's even on their flag. So St. Lucia, this is close.
What?
This is gonna.
So far, I think this might be, depending on how the next couple of fixtures go, this could very well be the best preliminary league of all time.
It's right up there. Like, 'cause there's still no way of like. Cuba are second and could genuinely still not qualify. There is a world in which that happens.
Oh yeah, like 2 losses and they could just slip like from 2nd all the way down to 10th.
It's that close. It is that close.
That is how close it is. It's crazy so far. Belize currently in 9th, take on Puerto Rico in 12th. A win for Puerto Rico, really. They do need
it's required, I think. Yeah, I think it's required, isn't it, at this point? If they don't win this, they're in big trouble.
Yep.
A win for Belize lifts them up the table.
Yep, Puerto Rico to win here, and they could go right into this mosh pit. It is a win for Belize. They go 6th.
And it puts Puerto Rico 7 behind with only 12 left on the table. It's not looking great for Puerto Rico.
It's not great on that one. Bermuda looking for another win in their pocket. They do have Montserrat, so there's a quite big chance of that.
Yeah, a big win for Bermuda could lift them as high as 3rd.
4-1, it is 3rd.
Brilliant win for Bermuda as they go into 3rd place. Cayman Islands take on Guyana. This is a big match as well. 8th for Cayman Islands, 10th for Guyana.
Draw.
Not really good enough for Guyana. They are now 4 behind, having played the same amount of games as Belize.
Yep, Suriname now take on Cuba.
A top of the table clash. A Cuban win puts them back to the top. Suriname, a win for them lifts them clear.
Win for Suriname.
Good result for Suriname. They go 3 points clear at the top for now.
St. Kitts and Nevis in 2nd, take on Dominica in 9th.
Dominica need to stop the rot here. They need to get back motoring up the table, otherwise they're going to be in big trouble.
Certainly do. It's a draw.
Not really good enough. There's 2 points separating 3rd to 9th.
Yep.
What is going on?
This is nuts. Dominican Republic now will take on Nicaragua in a bottom of the table clash.
Yeah, neither of them really in contention, although you never know. Stranger things have happened.
Win for Dominican Republic, moves to 12 points.
Not bad effort. St. Vincent and the Grenadines can go within a point of Suriname. Grenada really need a win to keep tabs with the rest of the field.
They do win. Grenada win. Of course they do.
But St. Vincent get the back-to-back fixture, crucially, against Aruba, which will lift them into 2nd place for now.
Yep, the double header for St. Vincent. So they were able to get 3 points, but they really, really missed out on that potential 6. And, well, with how close it is so far in this preliminary league, we could see any team really get knocked out here. I mean, Suriname is starting to slowly pull away.
I think Suriname are pretty much going to qualify. I'm pretty confident in saying that. It's just everyone else is just in a battle royale to not finish 8th as well.
Yeah, and Dominica have slipped from 1st pretty much all the way down to like what, 9th?
Yeah, 9th, 10th, something like that. They're not looking great either. They've not been performing the way that they should have been. Well, here we are. Belize take on Nicaragua.
8th place versus Nicaragua, currently in 14th.
Nicaragua are pretty much out of it, I think.
Don't count them out yet!
Well, they would have... If Belize would have won there, that would have eliminated Nicaragua, but they didn't. And they're still in it.
Nicaragua stay in. Bermuda now take on St. Kitts and Nevis in a top-of-the-table clash. 4th versus 3rd.
Win here for Bermuda lifts them above St. Vincent and St. Kitts. This is a big moment for them. St. Kitts, a win for them, will put them top for now.
It's Bermuda with the win!
That does drag St. Kitts back into the pack, doesn't it? And to a degree, St. Vincent as well.
Yep. Cayman Islands, can they stop Suriname from going 4 ahead?
I think that will pretty much qualify them as well, Suriname.
Yep. It is a win for Suriname. They go 4 up.
They pretty much qualified. They need a Dominica defeat in the next round of fixtures for them to be absolutely certain, but they're pretty much there now, I think.
Yep. Guyana now versus Cuba. Cuba in 6th place. But a win here could put them as high as 4th.
Yes, a Guyana win is absolutely required, really, for them to stay in contention.
It's a draw between the two. Cuba go above St. Lucia.
And Guyana, it's not really good enough. They're 3 points behind 8th and then 4 points behind 6th.
It's not great. Dominica, if they beat Montserrat, move up into 5th and really puts Cuba in problems.
It does give them a bit of a sigh of relief that Montserrat have been the worst team, so surely Dominica win this one.
6-0, Dominica up to 5th.
Massive result there for Dominica. Can Dominican Republic follow suit with a win over Puerto Rico? They're both kind of in trouble here.
Yep, Dominican Republic could start getting into the battle. They've won again.
They are 4 points off 7th place, but it's a big ask still, isn't it?
Yep. 8 points between 2nd and 12th.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
St. Lucia Grenada next. Big win needed for Grenada. St. Lucia could pull away with a win.
If Grenada do win, though, they lift themselves above the Cayman Islands.
Yep, Cayman Islands go down into 9th. It's a draw.
Of course it is. So
what the hell is going on?
Let's take some stock here. Let's take some stock. So, with 3 games remaining, I make it that Suriname...
They've not qualified yet.
They've not qualified yet, but they can...
A win qualifies them.
Yeah, a win definitely qualifies. A draw probably does.
Yep.
Everyone else pretty much is just in the battle, apart from, like, Montserrat. Yeah. Everyone else is in this.
Yeah, and...
Because Nicaragua are going to get 3 points here, and that's going to leave them...
That's going to put them on 14, which means they've still got a chance!
Exactly, that's what I mean. They're still not out of it.
There's like 13 teams in with a shout, and apart from Suriname, who could pretty much qualify right here, right now...
Everyone else could still drop out. Like, it could happen if you have a bad couple of results. Frank Zappa, what a time for him to show up.
Frank Zappa turns up for this hectic preliminary league. I think this is the best preliminary league we've done so far, I think.
Certainly this year. Maybe ever.
I think it could very well be all time. I think it's up there. I think it's close.
No, I agree.
Could very well be. This has certainly been one of the best preliminary leagues we've done, and potentially the best of all time. Certainly the best one of this tournament.
Belize in 9th take on St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A win for St. Vincent almost guarantees them qualification.
Yep, depending on how other results go. 5-2 Belize!
Belize pull them back into this, and it brings St. Vincent below Bermuda with the poor goal difference, and Belize with a big shot in the arm as well.
Suriname to go to actually potentially to qualify. Suriname just need to beat Bermuda. It's a big top of the table clash here. Bermuda could win.
If Bermuda wins this, they almost qualify themselves, but it's so close.
It could stop pushing Suriname down. It is a win for Suriname. And Suriname they're not champions, they are qualified though.
Yes, they're almost champions with that, but they have just qualified.
St. Kitts and Nevis now versus the Cayman Islands.
Cayman Islands win here really shakes things up, doesn't it? Because if they win, they go on to 22 points, and it will be 3 points separating 2nd from 9th.
Be absolutely nuts. St. Kitts and Nevis with the win.
Doesn't qualify them yet, but puts them right on the edge.
Cuba, they needed this. They've got Montserrat now. A win for them puts them up to 5th again.
Puts them as high as 3rd, potentially.
7-0 Cuba. Cuba up to 3rd.
And it puts St. Lucia down to 8th place. Dominica take on Guyana next up. Guyana, they need to win this, don't they, pretty much, to stay in with any hope of not being the dud team.
Yep, they need a good result here. It's a draw. It's enough, but not by much.
Yeah, they still have a chance, but they require snooker. St. Lucia against Dominican Republic. The final fixture of the 13th game week. St. Lucia need a win here to really motor up the table. If they do win heavily, they could go 3rd.
They certainly could. It's a win for St. Lucia. They go 5th. They'll take it. Belize now in that difficult spot, and we do still have one more match of this fixture. It's Puerto Rico Grenada.
A win here puts them right in contention. They need to do well against Puerto Rico here.
Certainly do. 3-0. They'll take it. That's a good win.
3 points separate third from 9th. 4 points separates third from 10th.
2 fixtures left, and St. Kitts and Nevis are going to be getting 3 points.
Which will qualify them. That's it. They're through.
Yep, so St. Kitts and Nevis and Suriname both through.
But that is all so far.
That is all.
With 2 fixtures to go.
What a preliminary league this has been.
If you make mistakes now, you are relying on everyone else slipping up. It is that close.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. And it depends on who you play as well.
Essentially, every point, every goal matters. And what about that last dud match?
Yeah, who's it going to be?
Who has it?
Is it St. Vincent? It might be St. Vincent, you know. Or is it Suriname? Suriname might have it.
I think it's Suriname, I think.
Which would be amazing, because that means that there's just no distractions then. It could be anyone.
It could very well be that. We'll find out in a bit. Speaking of Suriname, to win the championship,
they take on Belize. If they win this, it's all over. They've got the title. If Belize win this, there's still a chance for Kitts and Nevis that could take it home.
it is a win for Belize!
Wow!
Up
Belize
to third,
is third
from 8th.
What a result that is. Bermuda now taking on St. Vincent and the Grenadines, both on 23 points. A win for either of them, it pretty much qualifies them, I think.
It's a draw!
Neither of them qualify. Belize now looking very safe up in 3rd place.
But they've all got 24 points. It's not looking great. Cayman Islands looking to take this opportunity. They've got Nicaragua, who... Are they out? Yes.
No. Oh, they are out now.
Yeah, they are out. Good.
But a win for Cayman Islands does lift them onto level points with Dominica on 22, and it will be 2 points separate 3rd from 9th.
It will be absolutely nuts. It's a win for the Cayman Islands!
They've done it! They've done enough to keep in there!
Puerto Rico versus Cuba. Puerto Rico are out already. Cuba are nowhere near safe.
Win for Cuba, though, will qualify them. I think.
Might do, depending on how other matches go. It is a win for Cuba. They go 3rd. But they could be qualified at the end of this fixture. They could be.
Well, they could be. St. Lucia taking on Dominica. This is going to pretty much seal Cuba through, I think, though. Like, if it's a draw for either of them, then I don't think they can be caught. Well, they could be, but it's on goal difference. This is unbelievable. A St. Lucia win qualifies Cuba.
It's a draw!
It's a 3-3 draw.
It's a 3-3 draw. Guyana is... They're out.
Not out.
Dominican Republic are also out.
So this is a nothing game.
It's 2-0 Guyana. Grenada get Montserrat. Oh, no.
Which would leave... Oh, well, play the game.
Oh, all right. Final fixture.
And Suriname have won the league.
Suriname have... Yes, oh yeah, Suriname have won. But look at this. St. Kitts are through. Cuba are not safe.
They're not on 26 points. But their goal difference is better than others around them. But it's not that much more than Dominica's or Grenada's.
It could go
Cayman
down.
Islands.
So
Cayman Islands are still in this.
Two teams were in the final fixture. 2 teams have qualified. 2.
How has this happened? How has this happened? This is
the greatest preliminary league of all time.
I don't think we can top this either. This is so Suriname have won. Congratulations, Suriname. First of all.
Yep.
Getting
St. Kitts and Nevis could finish 3rd, but more than likely they may finish 2nd as well. Depends on who they get. But yeah, it's that battle between 3rd and what 9th or 10th.
10th, I think it is. Cayman Islands are. Because they're still in it. They're only like 3 points behind, you know, players and teams in and around. Look at this.
Pretty much every single match is important.
So if Belize win this, they qualify.
Yep.
If St. Kitts win this, Belize are in big trouble.
They certainly are. It's a win for Belize! They've done it!
They've just about... They can't be the dud team. They will finish at worst 7th place.
Nicaragua and Bermuda. Bermuda right in that bubble in 5th. Nicaragua long gone at this point.
That's though for Bermuda. They need to win.
It's a draw! Oh no! That's the first slip up.
It's not enough. Cayman Islands versus St. Vincent and the Grenadines. St. Vincent win, they're through. That's simple as that. If Cayman Islands win, they still require help from elsewhere.
They certainly do. It is a win for St. Vincent. Cayman Islands are out.
And we'll finish 10th place.
Cuba, St. Lucia.
A St. Lucia win, again, guarantees them victory, as does Cuba. So this is a straight matchup here. Whoever wins this goes through, guaranteed, no problems.
Draw, and Cuba's through. Cuba's qualified as well in a drawing situation.
Yep.
It is a draw. Cuba, I think, they're safe. Because Belize and St. Vincent have not got a better goal difference than them. Cuba's through, finally.
Cuba are through.
Oh,
St. Vincent
Dominica.
are also through.
Oh.
Dominica get Puerto Rico. Does that mean that Grenada possibly have Montserrat, though?
Or Guyana.
It could do. It could be either of them. Well, let's see. Dominica have to beat Puerto Rico here.
They do. 2-0. Dominica up to 6th. St. Lucia in 8th, which means that the best they can do is dud. Bermuda have not qualified because Grenada have got Guyana. Montserrat have the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, but Dominica have qualified because Bermuda have already played. They're going to finish below them no matter what, so they'll finish 7th at worst.
Yes, that's the best they can do. Dominican Republic beat Montserrat. Grenada, Guyana. A win for Guyana does nothing for them. It may put them above Cayman Islands. A win for Grenada, and they qualify. St. Lucia are out, and Bermuda's the dud.
It's all on this for Grenada. They've got to do it.
It's between really Grenada and Bermuda here, really, because St. Lucia, best they can do is dud. It's a win for Grenada, Bermuda the dud, and Grenada finished 6th.
Wow.
5-0, a stamp of authority by Grenada.
3 points separate 2nd from 9th.
Nuts.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable there. What a league.
Let's get into it, shall we? 15th place with 3. Montserrat. Pretty much a secondary dud team, we might as well call them.
They pretty much were. They had a worse goal difference than the dud teams. If they'd have played the dud team regularly, then they may well have lost.
Yeah. 14th with 10. Puerto Rico.
4 draws and, of course, a win over Montserrat and the dud team. 9 of goals scored. Didn't concede that many, to be fair. Only conceded 28, which, okay, when you compare it to Montserrat, is pretty good, but yes, I suppose it's the worst out of everyone else.
Yeah, not bad. 13th with 15, Nicaragua.
Not a bad effort from Nicaragua. 3 wins, 6 draws, and 6 defeats. Too many draws.
Yep, too many draws and not enough wins there. 12th, Dominican Republic with 18.
Comeback. Yeah, a spirited comeback. 5 wins, 3 draws, 7 defeats. Not a bad run.
11th with 19, Guyana.
And no goal difference either. 5 wins, 4 draws, and 6 defeats.
Yep. Same with the next one. 10th place with 22, Cayman Islands.
Yeah, no goal difference. And 6 wins, 4 draws, 5 defeats. Only 13 goals conceded in 15 games. Not a bad run for the Cayman Islands, but only 13 goals scored is not enough to get them through.
Yep, too much defending, not enough trying to score goals. 9th with 25, they've slipped out. It is St. Lucia.
Yep, 1 point and a few goals did it for them on the final fixture. They could have done it, but they didn't quite have enough to beat. Who was it? Was it Cuba they played? Or I can't remember. They could have. It was in their own hands. Their fate was in their own hands. They could have done it, but they drew the final fixture and slipped out into 9th place.
Yep. 8th with 25, our dud team, Bermuda.
1 goal keeps them in the global trophy as a dud team. 6 wins, 7 draws, too many draws, and only 2 defeats. Same as the lowest amount of losses in the entire league. So it says a lot about Bermuda's competition.
Yep. 7th with 26, Dominica.
The early leaders slipping right down and almost slipping all the way out, but they did just enough and won the final fixture to stay in.
6th with 26, Grenada.
Finishing above Dominica on goal difference after that massive 5-0 win right at the end, as you can see there, over Guyana. In fact, it inflicted the biggest defeat on Guyana because Guyana had good goal difference until then as well.
Yeah. 5th place with 27, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yeah, St. Vincent were in and around that kind of, higher echelon of the table throughout. It kind of, a bit of a scare in the middle, kind of slipped out of contention, but, they pulled it back and, well done to them.
Fourth with 27, Belize.
Came from nowhere, really, Belize to finish fourth. They started slowly. They only beat the dud early on, and then eventually just got going and zipped up the table and just snuck into fourth. Well done to Belize.
Third with 27. They're not the dud this time. It's Cuba.
Had a massively long unbeaten run until the 10th fixture, but eventually did lose 2 games. 27 points. They'll be happy with that, I think.
I think so, when it comes to that. I mean, they're not the dud this time, so they can be happy with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Second with 28, St. Kitts and Nevis.
8 wins, 4 draws, 3 defeats, and 12 goal difference. Not a bad run from St. Kitts, but the fact that they're only 3 points above 9th place in second will give them a bit of a scare.
Yeah, definitely. And first place with 33, runaway winners, even after pretty much a start where they were nowhere. It's Suriname.
Yeah, it says a lot where they had 4 defeats and they were still considered runaway winners, didn't it really? 5 points clear in the end. Had the joint best goal difference with 6th place Grenada. But yeah, what a league that was. That was unbelievable.
Well, there you go, folks. The best preliminary league in global trophy history has just gone by. Oh, that was loads of fun. I love that.
Next week is, of course, we've got the actual qualifiers. I wonder how that's going to go down. If this is anything to go by, then we're in for a treat.
Yep, the European qualifiers are next. That'll be next week. So let's have our sign off. I've been Masterath.
I've been Sven-Göran Eriksson.
And you've been watching an absolute manic, chaotic mess. We'll see you next week for more manic, chaotic messes here at the Global Trophy 2023. We'll see you then.